All right, and we're back with State Attorney General Josh Stein to answer your questions. So this is a very common theme of kind of question that we get whenever we have you on. This person's saying these people get a phone number from somewhere. Why can't they tell the phone company the phone number and trace it to whoever's paying for the number? Not that simple, and there's a reason why.
The reason why is because the number that shows up on your screen is not the actual number from which the call originates. My wife was just with my wife a little while ago, and she got a call that said it was from Mount Olive. The call was not from Mount Olive. That's called spoofing, where they can be in Czechoslovakia, the Czech Republic, or they can be in Nigeria, or they can be in India or China, and they can make it look like the phone call is coming from the next town over. And that is a really dangerous technology, the spoofing. And we are working with the Federal Communications Commission to require phone companies to deploy technology that requires all phone calls to have a digital signature so that the number that shows up on your caller ID is actually the true number and not some masked number to misrepresent who they are.
Mm-hmm. So this is kind of a follow-up question on that. They say, I've been receiving a number of scam texts for anything from late deliveries to refunds to cash winnings. Is there somewhere I can report these?
Yes, we accept reports for unwanted telemarketing calls and unwanted texts. Just go to our website. It's ncdoj.gov, North Carolina Department of Justice for the government, ncdoj.gov/no-robo. And we have an online complaint form. You can let us know about the texts or phone calls that you're getting.
All right, and I think we do have a graphic there that it looks like, how to file a complaint, that kind of thing. And so when they do file a complaint, the other question we get all the time is, am I going to be able to remain anonymous? And that's to a point.
Yeah, that you cannot because we're a public agency and all records we get are therefore owned by the public. Now, we won't share any personal information. Were we to ever get your bank account number, social security number, which we don't need for this. But if we were to have that kind of personal information, we would be able to keep that from other people. But the fact that you filed a complaint would be public.
And so then somebody else asked, whatever happened to the do not call registry? It still exists.
It still exists. And when people violate it, it enables us to bring a lawsuit. That case that I brought against the telemarketing company, the charitable group ACS, and the Texas Robocall, we alleged violations of the do not call list. So it helps us bring a case when we can identify the wrongdoer.
All right. And the other things that we don't know that's cooking in your office, what kinds of things should we be looking for?
Well, it's always about knowing that the scammers, they are as creative as they are greedy. So they will take whatever's happening in the news and try to use it to trick you out of your money or personal information. So with the COVID-19, we saw a lot of miracle cures early on. Then we saw stuff about masks, fake masks. We saw economic impact payment scams, contact tracing scams, coronavirus vaccine scams. So just know that whatever is in the news, they will exploit to try to trick you because there's so much uncertainty. The best defense is to just not do business with anybody who emails you, calls you, or texts you, and you don't know who they are because they say they're from the county health department or they say they're from the IRS or the Social Security Administration. It does not mean that they are. They are lying. All of those groups will reach out to you by mail almost always.
All right, they're not going to ask you for your personal and your banking information. So thank you very much for joining us. If you missed any of this, you can find the information under the 2 Wants to Know section of our website.